Thank you, John. Thank you, General. So, despite numerous intelligence reports and warnings, on the 26th, we had that tragic attack on the airport. 13 U.S. service members were killed, in addition to tens of Afghan civilians. Again, on the 29th, in this strike, another tragedy took place. As you said, 10 civilians were killed, among them 7 children. Is that a failure of intelligence or leadership in Afghanistan? And what do you intend to do about that? Thank you.
Well, I will tell you, so we had 2 events. We had the attack at Abbey Gate, we had this, and we had this strike. You know, the Abbey Gate attack, you're in combat with an enemy who is alive and has his own will. And sometimes that enemy his plans are just gonna work. You can't cover every eventuality all the time, despite our very best efforts to do that. And we took every precaution we could at Abbey Gate. In fact, when we had threats develop over the 48 hours that followed, as I've noted, we closed the gates in order to, recognizing it would reduce our ability to bring people in. But at the same time, we thought that was the best thing we could do to actually reduce our attack surface, if you will, to protect our forces. There are also a number of attacks that were thwarted. These are 2 that you know about because they're high visibility and we're talking about them. Others were thwarted and did not occur. So the silence of those attacks should mean something too. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to prove the negative.
Tony.
Hi, sir. Tony Capassia with Bloomberg. 2 quick questions. Are you going to release the report of investigation? 2, in your fact gathering, to what extent did you rely on the New York Times' extensive video investigation and then talks with NGOs or civilian eyewitnesses at the scene?
So repeat the first question again for me.
You'll be releasing the final report of investigation.
The final report of the report is a highly classified document. There will be procedures that would have to be followed to declassify elements of that document if it were to be released. And I'll just leave that question there. As we in fact worked our investigation, we used all available sources of information to inform us as we went forward. Certainly that included some of the stuff the New York Times did. It also included our own extensive resources in this area, which we looked at. So we tried to go everywhere we could and not overlook anything as we sort of tried to build the picture.
Taliban at all aid in the investigation or the fact gathering?
No.
Thanks.
Lucas.
General McKenzie